Here we are, once more. The time for dying is over. The death that we had the last time was the final one. Now the winning shall begin. We have the pact. We have the poop. We're basically the blue baby looking really, really angry. And as such, we have the tools required to be victorious. We also have 5 coins apparently, and a bomb and a key, which is pretty neat. And all things considered, our life's pretty good right now. Immediately we get damaged by something that was totes unavoidable, and there was just nothing I can do. Nothing I can do indeed. If I could avoid it, would have, but it was 100% impossible. Yeah, even someone who lives in slow motion their entire life, it would not have been able to dodge that shot, unfortunately. It would be impossible. It would be impossible indeed. And therefore I did not even try. Therefore I did not even attempt to make a dodge move there. I did not even attempt it. Apparently you can actually remove spider webs if you just poop on them, just like in real life. So that's good to know. That's a good combination of the poop right there. I wonder if there's more things you can remove with the power of the poop. Probably not many really discernible things, because spider webs are pretty much the only thing I can think of that would really lay on the floor the way they do, so yeah, it's unlikely. But hey, maybe you can remove some spikes by just pooping on them. Maybe you just can't poop on spikes. Who knows? I don't know. I've not tested these things. Who tests these things? That's a ridiculous thing to think of. How did you even get to that conclusion? It's ridiculous. You're ridiculous. You're just being ridiculous right now. Let's find the Headless Horseman and just move on with our lives. After all, the Headless Horseman desperately tries to remove us from the living situations that we have built for ourselves. But we will not let it happen. We will not let the Headless Horseman decapitate us like he has been decapitated previously. Although I do wonder which horseman it is that ended up being so headless after all in this hustle and tussle world. Who knows? I most certainly do not know. I'm going to pick this up, dash to the poop, and leave once more. Even though it is quite clearly the better item, the poop shall be held in my hands from beginning to end. I will hold these feces, and they will be with me until the end of our days, and I give that about 40 minutes. That is my guess. My guess is that it will take 40 minutes to finish this here run that we've got going on right here, and it will be glorious. We shall end up being the winner. We will probably go to the blue baby because it's the easier one, and it will be magnificent indeed. We do not have bombs, but we have a lot of keys, so if we can find a bombs or a key pill, that would be lovely. If we can find some bombs in our item room, that would be great. Everything will be peachy, and everything will be perfect. And the answer to that question is Magneto! Why does this item continuously appear in our runs lately? It's not very good. In fact, in most situations, it doesn't really either do a whole lot or it gets in the way of things. So all in all, why do you exist, Magneto? Why are there so little situations where you're actually useful? There's really only so many rooms where you need the pickups to become closer to you at any point in time. And in most rooms, you're just in a big open area, or there's rocks in the way and they can't get to you. So I don't fully understand the reasoning behind this strange thing right here. I do not understand the point of Magnetos. That's okay though. We'll just work around it. We'll just find ourselves some bombs somewhere along the line. We'll just buy some bombs as need be. Apparently we can get that key with Magneto, so we got something going for us. We can buy boom. We can put it up. And we can put a coin out of the donation machine, put it back at 1. We can still buy the amount of items you can buy when you have a maximum level shop. So indeed, we did not lose any progress in that regard from making our thing explode. But we still have everything unlocked. We just got the small rock. So right now, we have a build that's basically capable of beating the game. And I am very content with beating the game. And that's what we're going to do today. Beat the game. Maybe get ourselves some cool items. We no longer need to worry about the dollar bill anymore, so we're probably going to get one immediately now. Or perhaps not. Oh, it did come pretty close. 5 coins instead of 3. We went upwards. We went up the scale of money. And I am most content with our profits. Most content indeed. But let's see if whoever we're fighting this day is content as well. Monstro! Are you capable of defeating me, or are you just going to sit in the middle of the room and try and spit at me? Because quite frankly, I find you vile, disgusting, putrid, and other such words which all roughly mean the same thing but have different emphasis and are generally used in different situations to describe various different things. I'm using them all on you, Monstro, because you're a monstro. Nah. Blue cap. Book us in. Thanks. There we go. But at least we got some more tier 8. We got slower tiers. We got everything we could possibly want. We're not going to get angel rooms anymore, which is perfect, because we don't need those anymore anyway. Kinda was hoping we'd fight Steven, but that's pretty much going to be the next 400 runs where it's like, I wish we would fight Steven. That particular run. Why did we not? Why? Why did we not? And that's pretty much what it's going to be like for a while. Until we actually fight Steven. And then it's going to be like, why did he not drop the other item? Because there's like a really small chance he drops the right one, and then like a 1,000,000% chance he drops the other one, which we've already picked up once, and it's just not very good. And, so let's hope we just get the good stuff instead immediately. Let's hope we get good times. Let's hope we get good times. In any case, we have plenty of tier 8 right now. With some luck we can get the poop trinket out of this room, because there is a lot of poop. But it would appear maybe not. So it would appear our poop dreams are crushed by the inadequacies of this particular room over here. So there's nothing we can do about that one, unfortunately. But we can't just keep destroying poop in the hope that we get the poop trinket and then our poop item will become marginally better. And I want a marginally better item. So please give me the poop. Give me that poop that's oh so stony for some reason. Why would you even petrify a poop? Who does this? Who petrifies these things? Was someone creating a clay statue and accidentally ended up with a petrified poop instead? Because it's possible. That is a common occurrence upon the creation of clay figurines, that you just end up with a pile of boo-boo, a pile of doo-doo, and a pile of icky, sticky, brown flicky. So preferably, that is probably how it ended up, and I'm not sure why I said preferably. I said preferably, and then I didn't know where to go with the sentence, and my entire train of thought got decimated in a vile blow. But hopefully that will not happen again. Hopefully these bombs will not damage us. And indeed they will not. Indeed, the bombs have been disarmed. At least the scary ones, when there's like 4 of them in a tiny room, it gets scary. Every place is cursed with the unknown. We've already done the D21 at once. It takes too long. It takes too long. We should probably actually go to our shop every now and again, because we still need to buy the stopwatch at some point. And for that, we still need to go into the shops and see if there is a stopwatch for sale. And we need to have the money to buy one as well. There's a lot of variables to this particular ploy. And look at that poop movement right there. Place the poop down, enemies move around it. Then you destroy the poop, walk past it, boom, bitty bitty bish bosh. And what do? You win, you survive, you do not die, you do not even take damage. The perfect life. One of you is good. I'm gonna buy that one. Mom's bottle of pills. How incredibly useless. If only it was a stopwatch instead. If only we wouldn't continuously get cursed to the unknown. But unfortunately, we're never that lucky now, are we? We have stopped that train of luck, unfortunately. That's not gonna... Yeah, that didn't work out very well at all. Maybe this grey chest will contain treasure. Yeah. I'm gonna try it again. Whoop. Maybe not. Maybe not indeed. It's not working out very well currently. Hello, bombs. Get in my pocket and come with me. If you want to live. Yeah, I'm gonna see if he has a soul heart for sale, because I didn't really check it out. I just looked at the items and I was like, wowie. Not much good stuff right now. Not much good stuff indeed. Not a lot of hearts, not a lot of nothing really. The Fallen, that could be interesting. If you could give me the Mark or Brimstone, either or, I'll be generally fairly satisfied with my purchase if I get either of those items really. So please and thank you, as they say. Them's the words you're supposed to be saying to someone when you acquire or wish to acquire one of their services. Brother Baby. Dead cat. Well, that's something, I suppose. That was a bit of a risk, I guess. I mean, it was a bit of a risk to take an item that cost 3 soul hearts. Just like that. I'm just gonna use it because I couldn't get out of there anymore without taking more damage. And I didn't particularly want to take more damage, so I didn't. But we got 9 lives, and that should last us a while. It's pretty much like playing the Lost right now, but with slightly more health. So, yeah, good stuff. Bad trip. Ah, bombs are key instead when we have 3 of each. Very useful indeed. But will I still be correct with my 30? With my 40 minutes guess. Is that still going to be accurate? Did I enter my curse room in the previous floor? I don't think I did I? I meant to go back for that, but I don't think I actually did. Well, that's a bit silly. Hey! Boop. 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 And it's all pointless because we don't have the poop trinket, and without that, your chances of getting just about anything from these stupid poops is very small. Very, very tiny chance. Not overly impressive. Also, one thing that I could have done was break the poops with a bomb, and then you can use them as a platform over small gaps. But there wasn't really a place where that would have been useful, which is why I didn't do that. And also because I forgot. So there's that. There's my reasoning. My reasoning has been explained to you currently. I'm gonna go in here. Seems like a fun place. I don't see what could possibly go wrong here. Look at this room. It's perfect. The most perfect room I've ever laid my eyes upon. Perfect. Who needs help? I don't need anything. I got a big old room with 2 beggars. I don't need anything else. This room is perfection in a nutshell. If it wasn't as perfect as this room, that is... nah. I missed one of them. Can we get something that is sort of red-hearty? I would like something red-hearty, please. Something that I can give to this demon beggar and get a nice return value. I guess I probably should have given some coins to that normal beggar because that would have probably been a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, that probably would have been a good idea because he has a tendency of dropping health. Maybe a compass every now and again, but you know. I decided against it for no apparent reason. And that's good enough for me. That's good enough for me if I do say so myself. So, as I said before, this build's good enough to survive with. And that's exactly what we're going to do with this build. I will go back for that soul heart eventually. Or I might forget about it entirely and regret it later on. Either of these choices sounds pretty good to me currently. So we'll see what choice ends up being the winning choice in the end. And that will be shown once we leave this floor. And bleep floop fnoop. I'll take that. That's 2 guppy pieces already. And I actually got healed immediately because of that heart, so it's fine. There's a fairly small chance we're going to get a devil deal here because we already got 2 in the last 2 floors, and I just took some red heart damage, and there's just a lot of negativity going on in that particular idea. Oh, and then we were inside a person. That was kind of odd. That was a strange occurrence, but that happens sometimes. It's called love. Alright. There we go. There we go. We got this. We got this good. Give me all them things. Yeah. Nice. Alright. Even if we don't get a devil deal, I'll just joke her. I'll just joke her away like I always do. I'm that jokester person that makes them jokes so good that I just teleport to a whole different room because of my hilarity. That nearly killed me right there. That guy would have heard exactly 1 heart's worth. And it would have been a very miserable experience for everyone involved. I'm hoping I can become Guppy in this run though. I feel like there's a reasonable chance, seeing as I already have 2 pieces. But you never know with this game. This game has a tendency of making me all miserable with the things it doesn't give me. Like the last turn. I was pretty miserable at the end of that. But in the end, I did unlock a lot of things. Well, I didn't so much unlock. I picked up a lot of things that I wanted. And that's good enough for me. That's good enough for me right there. Because getting the dollar bill is just so nice to get over with. I mean, it's just such a silly item. It's such a silly item that only so rarely appears for me. So many runs where we didn't get it. It's kind of ridiculous. Kind of ridiculous. Guppy, 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 meow. Meow, meow. Weird how meowing never works. But at least we got the pentagram, I suppose, which is kind of alright. It's kind of nice. I like getting a pentagram every now and then to make me more powerful. And without it, we would have surely perished. But now, we have the destruction capability required to kill everything. And preferably not die ourselves. Agreed? Oh. Oh. Okay. So now the run becomes sort of awful. Like this, the stopwatch is really, really good to a level that it's just kind of sad because, what it does, it slows down the enemies in every single room in the game, which is why having this item on the Lost is sort of fantastic. Because as you can see, enemies that slow down have varying effects. Like some enemies are like, I'm just slower than usual. Some are actually just still sort of the normal speed a lot of the time. But most of them, they shoot less far, they walk less far, they move less far. It's a little bit hard to see if they're champions, I suppose, but overall, this item's sort of cheating. It's just way too good for its own good. I'm gonna put those remaining 2 coins in the donation machine. But it's just one of those items where it's like, I don't know, it just sort of feels like I've just won the moment I get it. And I know I've said that before and it didn't end up going so hot, but this is one of those items where it really does feel like getting it is just sort of an instant victory. The odds of us actually losing this run are very tiny. They are very tiny compared to the chances of us winning this run, which are fairly large because we've got reasonable damage. Well, we got okay health. It's not super high, definitely, but we're more than likely not gonna take that much damage anymore. There's also the kind of sad side effect that all the music gets slowed down because I don't like that so much. I don't really dig it that much, honestly. It's a neat effect if it's only for a single room and it lasts for the rest of the run. So it's kind of like, I don't know about this, but whatevs, I guess. But there's some bosses as well, which just don't hit you anymore and can't really even hit you anymore just because their tears don't fly far enough anymore. And it's just kind of sad. You just sort of start feeling bad for the enemy with how powerful this thing is. There's these guys. Like, you kind of get that effect when you have, like, Little Gish or the, that white thing that follows you around the follower, because you can just slow down a single enemy, but now you slow down every single enemy in every single room everywhere. And these guys are still obviously fairly scary. They move a little bit slower, but that doesn't really affect them very much. Like the brimstone guys, not the skulls. The skulls don't do anything anymore now. But most enemies are like, nah. You are a shell of your former self and I giggle at you. Even though I did just take damage from some enemies. It's You'll see me win this run, and if I do not win, then I will be retiring from Isaac forever, because any run lost with the build we have currently, the specific build we have currently, is a run that's just sad. It's a miserable build. It's a sad build that gets misused for the wrong purposes. There's a chance, I guess, that we'll just never get health again, and maybe then it'll be, like, arguably not as overpowered. Like, maybe then it'll be like, you got the stopwatch, but you got no health. But then again, if the Lost can beat the game with the stopwatch pretty much single-handedly, then any other character should be able to do that too. So, no. These guys are still kind of scary because their jump still jumps, but then their tears don't move so fast anymore. So there is that. Those are 2 books, I suppose. Yes. This music's pretty good slowed down, actually. Yeah, neat. Like it. Should probably listen to that again sometime when I'm not, like, recording the video. But instead, get to enjoy the nice musics of this game. Demon Baby, the best item in the game. Just what I wanted from my item room. Oh yeah, a dead end. These guys get fairly confused when they get slowed down. They like their corners, I suppose. We can just sort of sit here and shoot at the corner and then we win. Here's a person looking kind of miserable. I'm just going to use this 9-volt battery for a poop. I think the way it works with items that only require a single room to charge is that if you use it in a room with enemies, you can just keep using it all the time because it like slowly charges up again, if I remember correctly. Like, is that true? Is that a correct statement? We'll just see it recharge when we see an enemy again, I guess. Yeah, not like if the bar is really slowly going up, the one in the top left, then it's eventually you'll be able to use it again, and you'll be able to use the poop forever if you so desire, but odds are you'll clear the room before you get that chance, unfortunately. Yeah, hello. Any cool secrets? Nope. No, that's kind of cool, I guess. 48-hour energy, that's gonna keep us good and powerful. It's like a battery pill right there. What even is a battery pill? It's this one, because it makes to do with the battery, boo-boo. And that makes it a battery pill. This music's already so slow normally, and now it's just like non-existent almost, because it's so normally so slow. So if you enjoy the sounds of sort of grumbling in the background, this will be the song for you, because that's what you'll be hearing for a little bit longer. Hello, Mega Meow. Mega Meow. Will you be able to defeat me, or will you just stand still and shoot it? Like, look at those tears. They don't even get to the edge of the room anymore. It's just sort of sad. I feel bad for this guy, because he's really trying. And his jumpy friends are doing pretty good, and his brimstone attack's very functional, but his tears, man. His tears. Jesus juice. Go and take us further. Can we find one more item room? And general goodness. These guys are actually fairly fast still. I'm actually quite surprised by how fast that guy actually moved just now, but fair enough, I guess. These guys don't care about slow motion. These guys aren't gonna get slowed down by some sort of weird time-telling machine. This is just a strange time machine for these guys. They're like, I don't care. My heart may be slowed down, but my face isn't. And then they headbutt you, and it's all miserable times for everyone involved. Okay. 3 skulls over here. 3 skulls over here. 3 skulls over here. And maybe 3 over here. Probably. And we get 2 hearts. Cool. Emperor card. That's pretty rad. Wheel of Fortune. I'll take the Emperor. Emperor's pretty good. I was just quickly checking if we were still under 20 minutes or not, but we were not. Otherwise, I totally would have gone for it, but it would have been a little bit wasteful, I suppose. It's better to use the Emperor card in the chest and whatnot, but meh. It's just fun to go for the boss rush every now and then, especially when it doesn't really matter if I die right now, because I'll just revive another like 9 times. But you know, there's reasons for my madness, but it didn't work out. We were not fast enough. I don't like these rooms. I don't like these enemies just ever. Even when they're slowed down, they're quite jerky because it doesn't do anything to them. And it's very rude. But they're just like nasty enemies in general. They're so fast. They did a lot of damage to me just now as well. I think they dealt like a full heart of damage there. In a room that really wasn't that difficult, but oh well. It's too late to worry about these trivial details like health now. We're just gonna move on. Take the speed up. Move on with our lives. Pretend that everything's okay. And only cry a little bit. That's the plan. While occasionally looking out for them marked rocks, tinted rocks, rocky rocks. Hoping that we can get some more health, because my prediction about us never getting health ever again, which wasn't so much a prediction so much as like a statement to prove that the stopwatch was too good. It's fairly accurate right now. We found 1 black heart so far out of the skull, but we kind of wasted that on those masked people. That's kind of sad. Now we got another one. That's alright then. We got a sun card. We got this guy. Probably shouldn't. Well, yeah, I should have used my sun card there because I'm going to get my Emperor card again and then we can't go back for it anymore. So it was a good idea. Alright, now we're fighting Mim. She's still pretty swift. Her foot's still pretty swift. The enemy she spawned not so much though. But that's okay. At least she's still trying. At least this mom fight is still trying. Because the mom fight in the womb is just sort of pitiful when she gets slowed down. The mom fight in the womb is not ready for this. Which I guess is just called It's Live and not Mom so much. This is really the only mom you fight during your shenanigans, whereas the rest is more like hearts and feet high. Boop.
Still no guppy pieces. Why am I not getting those anymore? I wish I got one more so we can speed up this run a little bit. But what can you do? There's nothing we can do. So we're just gonna continue like this.
Oh no, it's the eyeballs! They are also not especially slowed down, and it's kind of a problem because they just hurt my filios. They just hurt my filios! And how am I supposed to survive if my filios get hurted? I can't! I cannot survive this treacherous pain. Please give me more health, sir. Please give me something to survive these troubling times. Arms for the poor. Please. Something. Anything. Money. Yes, perfect. Just what I needed. I did ask for arms. I did ask. I'm gonna hurt every wall in this room. I'm disappointed by you, walls. None of these look particularly tinted, so I will not be coming back to you again. I will not be returning to this place. It is nasty business. Nothing worth mentioning indeed. Terrible experience. Terrible. I wish for no more interaction with that singular room in my life. But it will probably happen again. It will probably happen again. Oh. That's pretty good. Telepills. Ah. Boom, boom, boom. I'll just place some bombs down for you fellows. Oh wow, the bomb actually went all the way there. I genuinely did not expect that to be an occurrence in my life, but there you go. At least we got a lot of health out of this room so far, so I'm pretty happy about that. Plus my fly is very helpful right now. My fly is being extremely useful to me. Wowie, wowie. Okay, you guys. Go away. I don't want to deal with you guys any longer. I have my 40 minutes rule, apparently. That's now a thing. For this singular run and no other run that I'm doing in the future. That it will last exactly or less than 40 minutes. Why? Because I said so, that's why. That was my prediction, and my predictions are always factual. They're always factual. Like, look, even the mimics doesn't know what he has to do with the slow motion going on. He can't mimic very well now. How is he supposed to mimic when he's all slow? The fire doesn't reach me for show. What's the fire supposed to do when it just can't reach me? What's the jumpy people supposed to do if they can't jump so far anymore? Like, look at this. This is just mean. I'm a big old meanie. Big old meanie weenie. But at least we got something that made the run unique to compared to the runs we've seen so far, I suppose, but nah. And it's better than the broken stopwatch, which only activates sometimes and it can occasionally speed up the enemies. But there is still the fact that enemies can be champions and explode in your face without you being aware that that's going to happen, because apparently champions is all sort of the same to me right now. Like, I wonder if there is actually a color difference between champions and normal ones when they are like this, because if there is, I can't see it. I cannot see the difference between the normal enemies and the champions right now. They look exactly the same to me right now. So that's a little bit sad. If there is a difference, then I commend you for being able to look at two very similar looking things for so long that it starts to look different after a while. Very commendable. Top notch. Because there will be that guy that'll be like,
actually, it's, as you can see, it's a little bit lighter, and that one was a bit bigger, and that's why it was actually, quite obviously, a champion. So, if you can't see that, you're blind, and you need at least 15 pairs of glasses, because you're clearly visually impaired, sir. Sir, you are visually impaired, and you need glasses. That's how I imagine someone like that speaks. Like, I'm pretty sure they say glasses in a really strange fashion. This is a horrible room. Even these guys aren't slowed down. How am I supposed to do this now that I'm so very used to everyone being slowed down all the time? I can't deal with this. I
can't deal with these shenanigans, and these guys keep running away. Every time I get close to one, they run to the other side of the bloody room. I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this, sir. There's too many spikes everywhere. How am I supposed to damage anyone if there's spikes bloody everywhere? I don't understand what you're expecting from me. It's impossible. It can't be done. Please give me another room to do the fighting in. Because I've said before, impossible. What you just saw was an impossibility and cannot be done. I'm sorry. Good day. Now where am I supposed to go now? I guess I'll fight some creeps. I'll fight some cretins. Some monstrous creatures. Because that's what they want me to do. They want me to fight the monsters that are harmonizing in these cruel, cruel landscapes, while searching for the rock so tinted, and finding naught but tiny little worm people, which dig up their faces towards me, and then do very little. It's actually quite unimpressive. Would I be able to get a guppy piece out of that chest? Which ones have I picked up so far? I got the dead cat. I got the tail? I got the tail, I think. No. It's starting to sound really nasal. It's starting to bother me. I'm also getting all filled up with... Ugh. It's disgusting. I don't like it. Something about this weather that we're having right now. Because it's starting to slowly but surely become summer at the time of recording this video. And it's starting to fill my nose up with the gunk. Ugh. I'd just like to tell everyone about my nose while recording these videos. It seems like the perfect time to talk about noses. Aren't they gross? Oh my god, they're so gross. Who even invented noses? Must have been a really strange fellow. Who saw the human and was like, yo, this guy needs nose? Because as sure as heckle deckle wasn't me. I wasn't in the nose committee. I wasn't in the nose. Alright. Now we're going in the right direction instead. Now we're going to where the boss awaits us. To where the boss stands still and tries to make a living for himself. Alright. Free flying. I'll take that. Free speed. I'll take that too. That was a lovely room. Let's have more rooms like that. There we go. Didn't that rock look not tinted to you as well? Yep. Me too. I just bombed it because there were a lot of them very close to one another. Boop, boop. Hey! That was really not expected. But it worked out. Random guesses. That's how you do it. I was like, oh, I can fly now, so it'll only cost 1 heart. That's fine. For some reason, I thought he was a beggar. So I gave him some money. And then he started playing this weird little shell game. And I was like, oh. That's not what the beggar do. That's what scam artists do. So I blew him up. And I didn't really get anything in return from that. I didn't really get a very good return value from that decision. I'm actually quite disappointed by my decision now. And I wish I hadn't made it the way I did. 30 minutes. Still got this. Still got this. Still has a chance for the 40 minutes if we speed it up enough. Still have the Emperor card after all. So we should probably be okay. Don't really like this room very much. Too many hands. Why there's so many hands in that room? Who puts all these hands going on in the sky? That's just ridiculous. That's not realism. Everything else about this game, perfectly plausible. But hands coming out of the sky, that's unlikely. That's unlikely to happen. I mean, I guess you probably could get hands falling from the sky, but it would take a lot of orchestration. And you need someone with a lot of spare hands to fall down from the earth. And they have to have, like, pretty good makeup as well. Or just a lot of spare hands. Like, maybe just actual people hands. And then you could replicate the effect. But they need to be pretty big hands, too. They need to be able to encapsulate an entire human being. And there aren't many hands that can do that. Unless you're dealing with very tiny human beings that are hand-sized. And quite frankly, I have not found many hand-sized people in my life. But I haven't traveled much either, so there is that. Maybe I'm not a well-traversed enough traveler to deal with this. Also, Mom can't actually hit me with these tears. Mom's tears don't actually ever reach me when I stand at the side here. It's close. It's pretty close. was not quite there yet, unfortunately. She's trying. She's definitely, my god, she's trying. Bless her heart. The one we're destroying right now. But not quite. Not quite there yet, unfortunately. Maybe one day. Just not this day, you know? Not this day. Okay. Now, are we going to skip this floor or the next floor? Probably the next one, really, because skipping this one seems a bit senseless. Whereas the next one, we can't bomb through rooms with all these bombs that we don't have. So, in all actuality, this is obviously the better choice out of the two rooms that we could be skipping. And with rooms, I mean floors. Also, this jumping guy is actually kind of annoying with the stopwatch because his jumps are just silly. Like, they just go like an inch forward, regardless of how far you are away from him. And it's just, again, a little bit embarrassing. It's a little bit embarrassing. It's like they suddenly forgot how speed works. Like, they just don't realize that they are living a life in slow motion. Maybe they don't. Maybe Isaac just seems really fast to them. Which is probably how it would work if you were suddenly slowed down tremendously like they are. That probably is how it would work. Magician card, goal. Just what I needed. Except for this guy. This guy is still a jerk. This guy, I believe all of his attacks are just normal speed. I don't think he's actually slowed down at all. But, well, his tears are, I guess, so there's that. But other than that, he's the biggest jerk of them all. Wow. I tried to push that bomb away for some reason, and it did not work out at all. Not even sure why I tried, but sure, I guess. Whatever. It's okay. We'll just find Isaac, destroy Isaac, teleport to Blue Baby, kill Blue Baby, have a great day. See you later. That's the plan. Let's not deal with this room. This room's actually not so bad right now with the stopwatch because they can't move so much. They're actually not that scary when you're slowing them down so tremendously. It's kind of like we just put some glue under their weird little misshapen bodies and it's really messing with their abilities of walking. Really messing with their walking abilities. I'm gonna place a bomb there. I didn't expect that one to be a champion, but again, it's kind of hard to see right now. Everyone looks the same, which is a little bit of a racist statement. But I think these guys don't care that much about me saying that they all look the same. I have a hunch. I have a hunch that that's somehow not the first thing on their mind when they wake up every day. Let's fight a boss. Let's fight a boss indeed. Boop! Haha! I am indestructible to all of your attacks, thanks to the singular poop that I placed down. If I surround Isaac with poop, then surely I will win. For he cannot damage me ever. Like, I could literally just stand here forever. He'll just do nothing. It's amazing. Boop! Ha! Now there's two of them. What are you going to do now, Isaac? That's like half of your tears gone right there. But I can't be bothered to not actually damage him ever, so let's just stand here. And watch how his tears barely reach us, but not really. Man, I mean, his beams could still hit us. And his follower people, they could also still hit us. It's just everything else. All of his actually scary things and not completely random things. Those are, yeah, you get the idea. He's still a little scary. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, he's still somewhat of a menace. Somewhat of a menace, he is. Just not always. And we saw the use of the poop. I really didn't use the poop very much during this. The thing is, the poop, it has potential of being good. If you get the poop trinket, it's not that bad. And if you place it, if you use a bomb in front of it, in front of a tiny gap, you can use it as a bridge. But we didn't need that really ever. Like, there wasn't really a situation that called for that necessity. And as such, I just didn't do it. And I didn't get the poop trinket, so I could destroy every poop in every room, but it is boring, and it doesn't really add much to the run. And it's just, well, whatever. Let's just beat the game. I don't know. Stopwatch. It's not an item I like to take. It just makes the run really boring to me. Because most enemies just do not work at all anymore when they're slowed down like this. It's fair enough that they're slowed down for a little bit, but they are just slowed down for the entirety of the room. They will never speed up again when you have the stopwatch. So I can for the first phase, I can just hold down B on my gamepad and it will just shoot to the right. Or circle if you're using a PlayStation controller. Or A if you somehow connected a Super Nintendo controller to your PC. Or 2, if you're using a Sci-Tech gamepad and are somehow still living in a time where that's an acceptable choice. So in any of these moments, you'd understand what I'm talking about. I can just hold that direction where I shoot to the right, basically, is what I'm saying. I don't think it's 2. It might be like 4 as well. I don't know. Sci-Tech controllers, it's been a couple years since I've had one. Since the Xbox came around and actually had reasonable controllers, Sci-Tech wasn't really that necessary anymore for some reason. And they weren't actually that good either. So there's that. Sci-Tech. They will never sponsor me. There we go. That was the run. We didn't die that time. Plus, we got a new item. Almost deleted my file just now, but yeah. 338. Only 5 items to go, I think. And most of those we've seen already. But one of them we haven't, and it's not really that notable, but it's pretty rare, so it's going to take a while. But we'll get it one day. Back on a win streak again. Bippity bop. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope to see you guys next time. Bye.